Alright, welcome back to the Odryssian Kingdom campaign. This is almost turning into... oh boy. This is almost turning into like one of those times where you get a really good book that you don't want to put down, or a good TV show that you just get sucked into, or something like that. Where do you think this one's going to be? Hey, somewhere that doesn't matter yet. Wow, Pergamon is actually making some serious moves. Alright, let's see what our secession chances are. That doesn't quite seem like a high chance. Now this faction, I definitely need to... wait a minute. Oh, duh, of course you can't do any of that. I am going to go ahead and spend the money here. But where? Spend it in this province. Just because that'll get them into the positive. It didn't reduce our chances of secession at all, but gets them into positive loyalty, and that's a good thing in my book. Now, something we need to really be careful about, that I keep forgetting in my other campaign I'm doing, is I'll build up my treasury a huge amount, and then I'll go conquering, and I'll spend it all on buildings, because buildings are actually pretty expensive in this game. So I need to not upgrade things super rapidly. Now they did not hire any mercenaries. Let's go ahead and hopefully they retreat. And then we'll just go ahead and wipe them out real quick. Let's ransom the captives just for a little bit of an income boost. And then start moving over here and get ready to take on their capital and final settlement. Now we are in the positive on food in this province. Once this gets built, we will be further into the positive. I don't actually pretty much ever use any of these other buildings. It's basically only ever these two. But I am going to go ahead and get that so we can get some population boost. You can see spending 3,000 gold per building if we're conquering a bunch of different places at once. It gets really expensive really fast. Alright, now what's the deal with Parthia? So Pergamon just declared war on Parthia, which means Pergamon would like me more if I went to war with Parthia. Now I'm really going to try and avoid war with Pergamon for now, because that's getting to be another really powerful faction that I just don't want to take on. I need to go to war with Parthia, I think. My concern with doing that is that they are pretty huge and pretty over here. But I think they're probably my next target. So, I have an opportunity to take out this settlement and this army all in one go right now with my somewhat injured and depleted forces. Or I could go after this army and keep them from roaming. Because I can probably take both of the... You know what? Let me come back to this. I'm thinking I'm going to declare war and take both of these settlements this turn and let this army just run free. I'm probably going to have to hire some mercenaries in here because we're going to lose a lot of men taking this city because of this army. I'll probably just auto-resolve that because that does not look fun to fight. You guys are going to be my defense against Carthage. So you will probably actually be aggressive defenders and raid on here. That, or I could just have you fortified and sit here, but we'll see. I'll probably do some raiding to boost our income. You need to be ready to take out this city. You know what? Okay, no, I was going to say I could probably take it right now, but I'd rather not risk it. We have a little bit of cavalry. I think I want to be very heavily infantry focused against Carthage. And not quite so heavily cavalry focused. But now saying that, I'm not really sure why I think that. Let's go with actually a bunch of these Thracian peltasts, just the standard ones, instead of archers, because then it gives us a little bit of a boost in melee. I was thinking about getting slingers, and I still might, but I'm going to go with a big contingent of peltasts instead. Because my plan to deal with the Carthaginians is just hold them in place, like, because I'm expecting a lot of hoplites, I want to just hold them in place with some heavy spears, and then just work the flanks. So I need to have a lot of damage dealing capability on the flanks. Trying to think how best to build this army, and I'm not really coming up with a lot of good options. Because this is basically just to tie down Carthaginian cav. Hopefully win it with the spears helping. But none of this is actually designed to kill the front line. They're just designed to free up my units by protecting them from enemy cavalry. Nah, because I need enough to be able to take that next turn. Well, for now, let's get some of these guys, I guess. Because again, the garrisons aren't going to be super tough, it's mostly just militia hoplites. Or Carthaginian militia, rather, which are hoplites. But their actual armies, since I would assume that Carthage has armies up here because they have been actively fighting Massalia. And what kind of mercenaries do we have available? I'll probably pick up the cavalry mercenaries, just to go take that settlement real quick. Okay, now once I've checked all of the agents and made sure the fleet has done its thing, let's go back over here and deal with this situation. So these medium spears actually are probably pretty decent. So I'm hoping that these guys will be able to survive. Now, let's do the thing and declare war on Parthia. Not too concerned about this federation, or confederation. I think I'm not going to call my allies to help on this one. Ooh, that's not a good sign. Okay, hopefully that swings it. Oh my goodness gracious. It actually doesn't even swing it in my favor. Oh, it's because they are getting reinforced by that army. I was not expecting them to have reinforcement range out here. I think this army could pretty handily beat them in the field. The elephants are a little scary. But they don't have like an overwhelming cavalry force, and I've got pikes. So let's do this. That'll isolate them. Give us a good chance of winning. Let's fight it. Now, the question is, do I set up in the forest to decrease their cavalry charge bonus and their elephant charge bonus, or do I set up in the open to decrease my missile penalty when I'm shooting at them? Trying to look and see if there's anywhere that looks more appealing. I guess since I'm attacking them, it's not going to matter. I wouldn't be surprised if they just end up over there. Forgot that I'm attacking. That makes things a lot more difficult. Hooey. Yeah, I should probably... I liked the veterancy, but I should probably have merged these guys out. Let's give them a unit of spears to support them. Let's actually just stick the spears right behind. Now I want to play a little bit of a dense formation. I don't want pretty much anyone on fire at will. I'll keep the Peltas in the center, because I'm assuming their elephants would charge the center, and then I can hopefully just eliminate them really, really fast. We'll keep these guys back to help out in the center as needed. And let's get this thing started. These guys are scary. Okay, the main thing is I want to kill the elephants. If I can, I'd like to draw them into my... Whoa, did that bird just glitch out, or am I seeing things? I want to draw them into my line instead of having to attack them. You know what? I bet these guys could actually probably beat my pikes in a head-to-head. Even though they aren't pikes, I bet they could beat my pikes head-on. Okay, we'll keep moving forward. What I'm going to try and do is get right up about here and then just snipe out their elephants, because they are light elephants, but I mean, they can still be devastating. But I can't just run my skirmishers up too far ahead and snipe out the elephants because they have a lot of cavalry. So obviously I have to keep my skirmishers protected. I'm still really annoyed that I let this unit get rear charged in their last battle. Okay, everyone, it's time to run. Their elephants are approaching. Pikes, get in position to do your thing. You guys all get into guard mode. And get ready to let them have it. Now, elephants aren't as weak to missile fire anymore, but it's still obviously going to do a lot of damage when we shoot them like this. Okay, we have our pikes down, right? Good. Peltus, get a volley out there. Still have yet to kill one. Okay, there they're starting to drop. They're actually going to charge the pikes. Okay, missiles, stop. Okay, that was about the perfect engagement with the elephants. You, knock it off. Okay, elephants dealt with. We used some ammo. These guys use half of their ammo. Yikes. Now, how do I take on this next bit? Looks like they come to me. Hopefully they run across their own traps. Okay, I am going to have to move up some. That's not going to work. Alright, fine. So we'll get the pikes moving in the right direction. Start bringing the Peltus up behind them as well, because they definitely have the advantage when it comes to missiles, I think. So let's start working the flanks. Okay, these things have almost burned out. As soon as they do, we can just charge across. We're actually pushing the elephant carcasses. Oh, never mind, I thought we were. Okay, our pikes are going to get shot to hell. But we're starting to get into their cavalry here. Okay, there's no spikes. Let's go ahead and charge up here and force these guys back. Again, no traps that are going to just instant kill us. Put you guys on guard mode. Okay, things look good over here. Take you guys off of fire at will. See if we can get that unit off the battlefield and then retreat. You guys go throw your ammo there. Have we dealt with that other unit of cav yet or not? Looks like maybe we did. Okay, we're probably going to need our general to help out over here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, these guys have used all of their ammo. Let's start moving them forward. These brimstone pits have burned out, so let's go ahead and advance the pikes. You guys go help out against that. You guys are kind of screwed. You guys just go around it. Okay, I think we've dealt with another unit. Let's keep moving these guys in. Let's start getting the cavalry around. Alright, time to go.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Now these guys should do pretty well against cavalry. Archers and peltasts hit that. Charge those spears. You guys wrap around. I don't want to engage. Okay, let's just get rid of them. Where's the general?
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Let's try and break these guys real quick. Let's get a rear charge, try and make it happen faster. These guys are out of ammo. The rest should be out soon. Okay, let's start moving up the pikes. We need to get the spears back over here to protect that flank. Okay, the cavalry is dealt with. General, start moving up. You guys keep hitting them. Where did our... Okay, they're just hidden. Okay. This pike needs to just get back out. That was not well done. Let's get some free shots on their general. These guys can work the flank. Okay, start getting ready around the side. Get you guys back up towards the front. Okay, start to get everyone over here involved. Whoops. Now again, their phalanx infantry should actually do pretty well against my pikes.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
So I need to be a little bit cautious about that. Let's see if we can collapse this flank real quick. Shit. Don't want these guys to get charged. You guys turn around. Catch the shock cav, please. You guys go ahead and pull out. You guys reform. Go chase them off. Okay, we've got this bit surrounded, but we're not doing much damage to them. Let's try and break that. You guys can pull back in just a second. Okay, did we catch the general before he got to our... Okay, you guys back off a little bit. Everyone over here, kill the general. I hate when they just run straight through my units, it's so stupid. I heard footsteps and I thought it was freaking... Their cavalry got around behind me again. Okay, you guys get ready to come in back here. Let's go ahead and run down some of these units. Okay, so our pike line is holding. Let's get you guys to run them down. Get the pikes moving on their flank. Cavalry start chasing stuff down. You guys reposition a little bit. Okay, you guys are pretty injured. You guys are doing okay, I suppose. Okay, whose morale is low? These guys. Oh, these guys are on guard mode. That's a mistake by me. Now I want to run down as much of this as I can. Just because the more damage I can do, the more likely they should be to peace out with me once I take these two cities. Okay, we'll just keep moving these guys in. You guys probably need to get out of there, right? Maybe. Okay, they are surrounded. Let's get the general over here. Almost ready for another war cry, and that should wrap it up. They do still have a unit of phalanx infantry that's doing okay, but their morale is starting to drop now. Let's get these guys off the field. Alright. So our pikes actually survived and did pretty well. Let's go ahead and continue this and just fast forward it. They're pretty much surrounded, so we should end up killing most of them. So we've done okay in this battle. Maybe not the greatest micro ever, but again, you don't expect good micro when you're watching me play. Wait for this last little, this last little clump to get taken down. Good enough. Now this is a perfect example of why heavy phalanx infantry isn't actually super good, is because they just don't do a lot of damage. Their survivability is insane, but they don't do a ton of damage. Now part of that was they were going up against pikes, but still, I'm pretty confident these guys should have beaten pikes. Pretty happy with how that turned out. I'm not going to enslave them because I really don't want to deal with the public order penalties of a large amount of slaves right now, so we'll just chase them off. And then we can do this battle, which should be, I was going to say, it should be a much more decisive victory, and since it's almost entirely cavalry, I'm going to auto-resolve this one. We're going to take some heavy losses, probably lose a couple of units. And if we do the aggressive stance, let's do like standard so we don't lose our general. We actually lost an artillery piece. We actually lost an artillery piece. I've never seen auto-resolve do that. Alright, but good to know, auto-resolve with artillery does not work very well. Let's go ahead and merge out a couple of these guys, and then we can just re-recruit them once we fall back a little. I mean, that sucks. I'm actually really annoyed by that. But in any case. Let's get some public order and some food, just so this place can hold on to itself for a while. And let's take out this other city. Now these guys I've been wanting to use in an actual fight for quite a while. So depending on the garrison, we might do that. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. See if we can, yeah, I was going to say I want to get something a little more favorable for our artillery piece. First things first, we're going to take our missiles out of fire at will. Now again, they should charge out at me because I have artillery. And this obviously isn't going to be like a difficult battle. I'm literally just doing this because I want to see these hoplites. Plus, this kind of gives me an idea how this army will actually feel when I'm controlling them on the battlefield. Let's actually check out these guys, because I haven't seen this unit yet. Their helmets look a little funky to me, but that's just a stylistic preference. They actually don't have as much armor on the horses as I was expecting. Alright, let's check these guys out. So they actually kind of just look like a normal unit. Why am I already taking fire? Have they got something with the range to shoot me out here, or am I shooting myself in the back? Go ahead and break phalanx. I don't know what the hell is going on with this unit. I actually had more archers than I was expecting. A lot more archers than I was expecting, holy cow. Alright, we've had our fun with the Scorpion. They actually caught us with some spears.
One of our units has used all its ammunition. One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Again, it's not like we really needed to fight this battle. I just felt like it, because I wanted to see these hoplites get involved. But they actually don't look... Like, it's a pretty cool looking unit, but they don't look as heavily armored as I would have hoped. Like, a bunch of them are just wearing tunics and they have good shields. I like the look of the really, really heavily armored units in this game. I've actually probably done a lot of friendly fire in this battle. We'll go ahead and just watch the general do his thing for a minute. Now, can they do that concentrated fire ability while they're doing a Cantabrian circle? Looks like their circle's not even working very well either. Now we'll just put them on fire at will. Well, this wasn't as fun to fight as I was hoping. I mean, I knew it wouldn't be, but still. Well, on the plus side, no one individual unit took any large amount of casualties. I think given that we only lost 32 men, we probably did better than what the auto-resolve expected. The AI definitely acted a little funny in the way they charged out, though. I'm gonna go ahead and loot this one. Because, yeah, that kind of screws public order. But it gives me a ton of money. And where my income is no longer as substantial, I want the money. Melee defense for spears. Recruitment cost. Defenses. I would like to get them into some campaign movement range, but for now let's actually get the Hearth Defenders. And you know what? We can afford to do more, so... I kind of like the idea of making these guys like just a defensive army. Oh, we're definitely trying to get Provincial Guard, though. That minus 12% upkeep for such elite units, that could be very, very nice. Now, in my opinion, we sit here and wait for a turn. I don't think they would dare. They might have enough money for mercenaries. I'm not going to risk that. We'll go ahead and keep Candy's Conquerors down here for a minute just to stabilize this region a little. But we will move Funky's Fieldmen back out of here to start replenishing. Now my plan right now is to maybe wait a couple of turns and try and peace out with Parthia, but they might hate me so much right now that it's not even an option. I mean, if I was to try and do it this turn, there'd be no chance. Okay, how does public order look across the provinces? Italia, still not great, but not horrible. I think some of that might be from the fleet docked there. Maybe not. Otherwise, everywhere's looking pretty good. We can keep this untaxed for now. And we got our recruitment set up here, right? Yes, we did. So we'll be able to take this. I might just sack this. I might liberate it. I don't know. I haven't decided on that yet. Because I don't necessarily want to expand that direction, but I definitely do want to keep Carthage from coming after me from that direction. Yeah, we'll see. Alright. I can't remember if I've checked this turn. I probably checked it 3 times this turn. I've got a little bit more influence. I really want to get up to here. And I really probably need to get out of some of these wars. But, for now, we'll just end the turn.
It is a terrible thing to spread war across the world, but... Would you kindly allow trade?
Well, that's stupid. Very, very stupid of me. Of course, when you look at how my army is that close to the city, you'd think I could have reinforced it, but oh well. Okay, maybe not. Maybe my army was a little far away. But still, that sucks. I was very, very stupid there. Wasted all of the money I was spending on construction. Lost all of the potential income. Whoa, my income jumped a bit here. Wait a minute. What was I just looking for? Alright, and the other thing that does is set us back a turn. I'm actually very, very annoyed with myself for that. And I do that. I make that kind of mistake all the time. I'll let a little tiny fleet recapture a settlement just because I haven't taken the time to reinforce it. Yep, and now everything I was constructing over here got wasted. Okay, we will still go ahead and pop you out of there just to help with public order a bit. These guys are basically dead, so let's just disband and replace. Now these guys have to sit still for a little bit to hold that city, but over here Grumpy's guard can probably move in and take this city. Seleucid isn't going to love that I trespass, but I'm not going to let that stop me. Also, our public order isn't going to love it either. But we need to get rid of this war. Oh, wait. They actually didn't care at all? That seems weird to me, but okay. Now the Parthians have retreated. We can bring these guys up here to play some defense. And we can get these guys back up towards a replenishment, because we need that, and fast. Now we just got Tribal Council level 2, so our Empire maintenance is down a little bit. Realistically, what do we need in terms of technology? I'm thinking economy, because militarily we're reasonably well off. You know what? Let's start going for this replenishment bonus and the decrease in recruitment cost and upkeep cost. I don't really care about the navies just yet. You know what, let's actually go with that first, and then we can get these two and to get that bonus. Let's see here. I guess it would be wise to scope this out a little bit before we just throw an army in there. Okay, so they do actually have an army. I would probably need to draw them out away from their settlement in order to win decisively. But I'm pretty confident with a solid line of hoplites I could still beat them. They're all light troops. As long as I could protect my flanks, I'm pretty confident I could win that. I'm excited to do a Pergamon campaign. I might even start that before this one finishes, so I can kind of have a campaign that's in the mid-game at the same time as having a campaign that's in the early game. Let me know if what you guys think about doing that. It might be a really stupid idea. It might be too difficult for me to try and keep track of what's going on. But it might be fun too, who knows. Definitely make my upload schedule a little weird though. Okay, so Carthage has a proper army and a proper garrison, so we can definitely not take them in a straight fight with one army up here. I'm just trying to see where I can go hit Carthage. Because I could maybe lay siege here for a little bit. Because I think we could afford the losses. We don't have any elite troops in this army, really. It's all warriors and foreigners. So we could maybe go siege this and take it. I'm a little bit concerned about this fleet, especially given that I just lost a city to a tiny fleet because I was being dumb. My current garrisons could probably take on those fleets easily enough, though. And I'm just now realizing that the Romans get really, really, really strong garrisons. Because this is not a particularly strong garrison, and I have a building that helps with it. The fact that like my average garrison is 14 units instead of the like 18 or 19 that Roman garrisons tend to be is a little scary to me. Let's see, so we've got 6 spears, some decent melee infantry for the flanks, a little bit of cavalry. See, it just depends on what they have in this army. They would determine like how exactly I want this built. Let's get a unit of decent cavalry. And we are out of range, so they would have to take us one army versus another if they came out here. I'm pretty confident that there's no way in hell we would beat this garrison and this army with just our army. Pretty confident. So we definitely won't get aggressive up there yet. But we might be able to get aggressive down here. Unfortunately, we have our armies backwards. Because this is not exactly an aggressive army. Although with the artillery it might be... I might be able to use it aggressively. Let's just pop down a little closer to the border and fortify. Now, Parthia. Parthia, Parthia, Parthia. Hear me out. I just wanted you out of the way. I don't really care if you're alive right now.
But if you wish to go beyond the courtyard with
Ah, crap. Alright, so Parthia's not going to take peace. Who else could we maybe get peace from?
Are you brave of
Okay, so that's one war managed.
I have accepted such paltry terms, but I do so.
And I know this is making my allies like me a little bit less.
just that? Well, speak. I will listen before I turn you inside out.
Wow, they have like no money. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, we'll take it. See, the problem with doing this is it means my allies don't like me as much anymore because I've got treaties with their enemies. Looks like I need to start executing Carthaginian captives. Alright. Nabatea.
before you say anything, know that I
Shit.
have an amulet against the evil eye.
Know that I have a fuck ton of money. Go away. Hey, look at that. That's more money than I even want to give you. But whatever, I will take peace. Now, these guys, who basically only joined the war because of Parthia, I think. If we pay them 17 grand, they will piss off. Well, I don't really need to worry about them just yet, I don't think. We'll leave that one to sit for a while. Now, do you think that made enough difference that Parthia will accept peace? Without needing tons and tons and tons of money. Would they accept peace ever? Wow, that's what Carthage would have required for peace a couple of turns. Okay, so Parthia is not going to have peace with us, so I need to be a little bit concerned about that. Carthage.
It would be wise to speak honestly if you wish to keep your time.
Might actually accept peace. But nah. Nah, we ain't doing that. Okay, are there any other friends I can make? These guys have... Oh, I actually have military alliance with them. I was going to say I need some kind of stronger alliance with them to keep them as my friends.
You are welcome.
You guys don't want military alliance? We're fighting all the same people. I guess I did just peace out with all of your enemies. Whoops.
Are you brave or foolish, or just bad? Well, speak. I will listen before I turn you inside out.
I may have caused myself some problems here. So RDA and the RC usurpers, they're kind of just chilling out where they are. Wonder if we can get military alliance. Probably not.
For we are an honest folk and value honesty.
We already have military alliance with them because we liberated
I
them.
listen because your people are known to have honor.
You know what? What if I go after Pergamon and then the Seleucids? I don't know. I'm looking at this situation. It is actually going to be very, very difficult to come out on top. Because I'm not that great at Total War. I could maybe just lock Parthia in by having the spearmen hang out right here. And then force them to come through my friendlies before they attack me. I guess I could always just come through here and... Well, no, because that's their land. Yeah, let's go there and actually just... maybe even set up an ambush. Because we have such a hit-and-run army anyway.
Ready for battle.
We gotta keep these guys here for now. Alright, I've messed about for long enough this turn. We're actually starting to gain a little bit here. Now, I spent quite a bit of money, but I still have quite a bit of money. What happens... Okay, let's definitely drop the taxes. Because that'll... Oops, I didn't mean to click up here. That'll help with public order a lot. And obviously it hurts our income. But we're still making good money. So let's just spend a couple, like, I don't know, what was that? 8 grand? 80 grand? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That wasn't it. That was like, whatever. Screw math. I'm not going to think about it. Alright, well their fleet has been dealt with. So I can probably bring the Fury around to help out with taking this city down. Because what I can do is engage the city, have the Fury take on the army. Wait, where'd the other... Oh, there it is. I can engage the city with the Fury, take out this army with Grumpy's Guard. Anyway, we can get to that in another turn. Let's end the turn here and move on to the next.
Perhaps, and I ask with all due...
Alrighty, we'll check through these events real quick, and then let's go for diplomatic strength here. And then we will go ahead and end the episode. So again, things are starting to get a little bit crazy, but so far we're handling it. So we'll see if we can keep that up in the future.